Yes. So Sushmita, as you belong to Mandi and your native village is, I think, Mahadev. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, why the name of your village is because of the name of God Mahadev?
So I have a temple in my village, which was made by Pandavas, the Mahadev temple. So it's on the name of that temple, which is very ancient, and uh, due to so the name of my village is Mahadev, as
Okay.
far as I know. So
Okay. Sushmita, as why the name of Mandi is being there, and what is the old name of Mandi? Are you aware of it?
सर एक रियासत थी, मांडव रियासत। तो उसके
Hmm.
बाद इसका वंश हुआ था, मांडव से मंडी बना था सर।
Okay.
तो सर
So earlier it was Mandavnagar.
यस सर।
Okay. So my next question to you is like there was a area which is called as Suket.
यस
सुकेत का एक एरिया था। सो मंडी जो है वो सुकेत से अलग कब हुआ था? आर यू अवेयर
मुझे
ऑफ इट?
सर मुझे एग्जैक्टली डेट याद नहीं है, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट वेरी मच गुड विद हिस्ट्री एंड फिगर्स।
ओके
सो
ओके सो सुष्मिता, मुझे you just tell me that there is a very famous institute in district Mandi, and what is the name of that institute
सर रिगार्डिंग विच फील्ड आई एम अवेयर
with
ऑफ द
respect to
आई
engineering?
Yes, sir. Sir, there is IIT, Indian Institute of Technology at Command,
Okay.
IIT Mandi.
And this IIT Mandi is at which number? Like when this IIT Mandi is being there?
So when it came into existence,
Yes, yes, when it came into existence.
it was in the year 2009 or 10, as far as I can recall.
Okay, okay. So, Sushmita, as currently you are there from Sundarnagar, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in Sundarnagar, which two rivers are there?
So exactly, it's not river, but we have one BSL link. मतलब नहर बहती है सर हमारे सुंदरनगर में, उसको हम BSL लिंक का कहते हैं। और सर एक सुकेती खड्ड है।
ओके सो
Exactly.
दी ये जो आपने खंड की बात की, ये किस मेन रिवर का एक पार्ट है?
जहाँ तक
ट्रिब्यूटरी कहते हैं।
सर मुझे इतना नॉलेज नहीं है, बट ये ये कहते हैं कि ये बहुत पुरानी खड्ड है, और सुकेती खड्ड से बाकी और जो छोटे छोटे नाले या कुछ ऐसे निकले वो इसी से निकले। और ये सर मुझे नहीं पता इसके बारे में कि
ओके सुष्मिता, माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू इज दैट आपके रीजन में एक बहुत फेमस मंदिर है, माता का मंदिर है, आप उस माता के मंदिर के नाम जानते हैं?
सर मेरे एरिया में बहुत सारे मंदिर है माता के, मतलब मंडी की बात करें सर।
आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सुंदरनगर एंड मंडी रीजन, सो हाटेश्वरी टेम्पल, आर यू अवेयर?
यस सर।
So, for what Hateshwari temple is famous for? Any
सर
specific reason behind that?
सर मुझे इतना पता है कि वो महाकाली का मंदिर है, but sir, it has some relation to the time of Pandavas, as far I can recall. सर
Okay,
उनका उससे रिलेशन है, बट मुझे एग्जैक्टली याद नहीं।
okay, okay. So, Sushmita, as what is the relationship of the Pandavas with the Mandi region?
सर जब अज्ञातवास में पांडव गए थे, तो मंडी के जैसे करसोग का सर एरिया है, ऐसा कहा जाता है कि करसोग के एरिया में वो बहुत टाइम रहे थे। और सर जो एक खडोदखत का जब अम, सर धड़ से अलग हुआ था, तो उनका धड़ कहीं और रखा गया और सर कहीं और रखा गया। तो एक टेम्पल ऐसा है जहाँ पर उनका कोई बॉडी का पार्ट है सर, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एग्जैक्टली दी, मतलब कि धड़ है कि उनका सर है, बट आई हैव नॉलेज अबाउट दिस कि कुछ घटोत्कच से भी रिलेशन था। और सर काफी चीजें यहाँ पे अज्ञातवास में जब वो पांडव आए थे यहाँ पर, तो उन्होंने बहुत सारे टेम्पल्स की स्थापना की और वो यहाँ पर रहे बहुत समय। तो सर इस रिलेशन है पांडवों का हमारे हिमाचल से।
ओके सुष्मिता, एज आई एम लुकिंग योर फॉर्म, तो आपने अपना टेंथ जो है वो साइंस आपका मतलब 95% यू हैव स्कोर्ड है ना? And thereafter, in 12th also, you were a science student. You were there in non-medicals. So, and in the science also, you had secured 92%. And after that, you had joined LLB. So, why you had not gone for the engineering?
Sir, I never wanted to be an engineer because in my time, engineering, everyone wanted to be an engineer. So in the age of like when I passed 12th, and so in class 10th also, I had thought that I would do law because I wanted to be a civil servant, and I opted science because there was no other subject in my locality from a good school. Like there were only arts. I didn't want to study in government school, sir. So that was the reason I opted science because I wanted to be a Saint Marian till 12th. So, sir, law was the only reason that I thought at that time that being doing something professional, a degree which would be professional, would be a better option than doing a simple BSc or BA or engineering. I never had a better mind towards engineering, sir.
So it means that when you were there in your plus one and plus two, you were not very clear that what to do with this particular science subject.
No, sir. Sir, this is not the thing. I believe that science has contributed towards my growth and development in many respects. Because being a science student has contributed to my growth as a person, and as has given me an analytical point of view, analytical thinking,
Okay. So
and made me.
as you, okay, so one thing you are saying that the sciences contributed you in your personal development, है ना? And you're a kind of an analytical person. So what you are, what you think about that if you are being selected as a civil judge, how the science is going to help you out?
So as I said, that science has given me an analytical point of view. That I have a tendency of going into why of everything. That
Okay,
even if a person, like even if I shiver, that why what is this, why am I shivering, why is my body like, so say that way, analytical thinking, going into why of each question. And this will contribute by so in this sense that delving much into the deep into the things, going into the background
okay.
of everything. So
Sushmit,
for the deep insight.
okay. Sushmita, you speak Malayalam also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I give you a sentence that आप कहाँ जा रहे हो, so how you will speak this in Malayalam?
Yes, sir. I'll say, uh, "तू से केथी चली रे?"
Okay. And any other local dialect of Himachal for which you are aware?
Yes, sir. So I am aware of Kangri because many of my relatives are from Kamra district and Hamirpur also, but
Okay.
much aware of Kangri language, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sushmita, as you stated that yes, there are 12 districts in Himachal. How many districts you had visited, if any, you can name, and which places you had visited?
Sir, I have visited Bilaspur, Hamirpur, Kangra, my
And
home.
which places of these particular districts?
They're only religious places. Like I'm not much aware of traveling, much fond of traveling, but I used to visit with my parents for some ceremony or occasionally because my parents are also not much fond of traveling. So we have not much traveled much.
Okay. So as you stated, you had visited to Bilaspur, Hamirpur, and Kangra, and in Mandi. Had you ever visited Kullu Manali, Shimla?
Sir, I've never visited Kullu Manali for the purpose of traveling. I'm not very much fond, and neither my parents, so we never used to go for trips and travel. So I didn't visit, sir. So once I used to visit the temple at Bijli Mahadev or with my parents at Kullu. So that way.
So what is the significance of Bijli Mahadev? Are you aware?
यस सर सर आई एम अवेयर ऑफ दिस फैक्ट सर वहां पर एक शिवलिंग है तो जब वहां पे लाइटनिंग मतलब उस एरिया मतलब उनका ही एक सिग्निफिकेंस है कि वहां पर लाइटनिंग होती है बहुत वो हाइट पे है बहुत ज्यादा ऐसे एंगल पे है कि लाइट जो बिजली पड़ती है तो सीधे एक ऐसे एंगल पे पड़ती है तो महादेव का जो वहां पर शिवलिंग है उसके ऊपर सर वो बिजली पड़ती है और वो दो भागों में टूट जाता है और जब उसको माखन से उसको लेप करते हैं तो वो इकट्ठा जुड़ जाता है सर ये स्पेशलिटी है वहां की
And do you think that it is scientific?
सर science is silent on these things and I am too silent on these things that how it can happen but sir it does happen.
Okay. So, Sushmita, as your father is also a retired principal, and probably I believe that he's from a government school, or
See.
okay. So you stated that you don't want to go into the government schools during your plus one and plus two because in the school which you are reading in that particular school only the science was there, so you opted for science and you don't want to go into the government school. So my two questions will be there that your father is serving as a principal in the government school and Mm, why you are not ready to go in that particular school in that particular area where your father is himself a principal.
Sir, my father was from was a Sanskrit lecturer of Sanskrit. So the reason for not going into the government school because the it was the scenario which I witnessed in because sir my home is very near to a government school in my locality. महादेव स्कूल के पास ही बिल्कुल सर मेरा घर है तो मैंने बचपन से जो सिनारियो देखा था स्कूल का मैं ये देखती थी कि वहां पे दीवार के बाहर लड़के खड़े होते थे और अंदर से लड़कियां झांक रही होती थी तो उनकी मतलब सर उनकी आपस में बातचीत और ये चीजें सर मैं देखकर बड़ी हुई मतलब पता नहीं मेरा विश्वास सा नहीं रहा सर गवर्नमेंट स्कूल पर मेरे पेरेंट्स ने कोशिश मतलब मैंने जिद मुझे डाला था सर गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में बहुत बचपन में जो मुझे पेरेंट्स बताते हैं कि 4 साल की उम्र में मुझे डाला था हमने लेकिन मैंने जिद की कि मैंने नहीं पढ़ना है यहाँ पे मैं अभी तो सर मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझे बताते हैं ये स्टोरीज बचपन की तो मुझे याद नहीं है बट वो कहते थे कि तू रोने लग गई थी और तूने बोला कि मुझे नहीं पढ़ना है स्कूल में यहाँ गंदा पढ़ाते हैं और दैट वाज द स्टोरी.
Okay, okay. So as you said that the boys are standing outside and they are looking at the girls and they are having communication to each other. Now, do it is an offense under Indian Penal Code?
Looking at each other and talking is not an offense in the Indian Penal Code anywhere, sir.
Okay. So if there is any obscene act which is there in the public, do it is a punishable offense.
Yes, sir. So section
Under which
290,
under which
yes,
section?
292 IPC. Obscenity talks about obscenity, sir.
And with respect to section 292, any English case which is associated with this?
Yes, sir. So R versus Ickling.
Versus Nikhil. Okay. Okay. So Sushmita, now I will be taking you to the law question. My first question to you is that what you understand by the word garnishi order.
Okay. Sir, Garnishi is a judgment debtor's debtor. So Garnishi order basically it's in section 46A to 46I of CPC. I couldn't exactly remember the section, sir, but Garnishi is a person who is a judgment debtor's debtor. तो सर जजमेंट डेटर एग्जीक्यूशन के दौरान पैसा नहीं दे पा रहा होता तो एक कोर्ट एक ऑर्डर निकालती है कि जो पैसा उसके डेटर ने उसको देना था वो कोर्ट में जमा करवाए So sir, that is the Tanishi order.
Okay. Do it is in section or it is in any order of the CPC?
Sorry, sir. It's Order 21, Rule 46. Sir, exactly, cannot remember, but it's somewhere 46A. I think it's Order 21, Rule 46.
Sushmita, you just tell me one thing that if you are presiding as the civil judge in the court and any XYZ person files a caveat in your court. Now, once the caveat is there, what are the responsibilities of a judicial officer?
Sir, basically, caveat is a notice, a warning to the court. It's basically a warning when a person lodges a caveat. A court has to inform that person that the caveator that so basically a notice has to be given to him. This is
Mhm.
what it's called.
Now, what kind of notice or what the court is communicating to the caveator?
तो कैवियट में वो ये बताता है कि मुझे सुने बिना किसी एप्लीकेशन पे सुनवाई ना की जाए, मेरा इंटरेस्ट भी इन्वॉल्व है इसमें, तो मुझे भी सुना जाए। तो बेसिकली उस सेंस में सर कोर्ट उसको इन्फॉर्म करता है कि ऐसी ऐसी एप्लीकेशन कोई आई है, तो सर उस सेंस में वो अपने आप को रिप्रेजेंट करता है फिर।
And do any time limit is there for the caveat?
यस सर, सर इट
Till how?
9।
Uh, 90 days. Okay. Sushmita, what you understand by the term functus officio? Functus officio. My question is, what you understand by the term functus officio?
सर माइक आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही।
मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि functus officio से आप क्या समझते
ओके, ओके सर, फंक्टस ऑफिशियो सर।
हैं? Yes. Yes.
सर, what I have studied, that when a judgment is by virtue of the office, functus officio means by virtue of the office.
Mhm.
Like I have studied that once a judgment is pronounced, it becomes functus officio. I can recall these words with that sentence.
Okay. And what will be the impact of this doctrine?
Sir, I'm not able to recall this at this moment.
Okay. Okay. Sushmita, there is a concept which is called as the concept of deemed decree. Deemed
Yes, sir.
decree. Under which provisions of CPC the concept of deemed decree is?
Yes, sir. Sir, it's in section 2, subclause 2 of the Code of Civil Procedure. In the definition section itself, there is a concept of deemed decree.
And which orders will be considered to be the deemed decree?
Sir, sorry, I'm not able to recall this at this moment.
Okay. Sushmita, as you are currently serving as a legal aid defense counsel, so what kind of job assignments are there given to you?
Sir, I have been entrusted with the front office duties. We have a front office at the LSA in the court itself. So this is the first assignment. Uh, the other assignment is we have to visit the jail, the legal aid clinic at jail. The other assignment is I have to do the legal aid awareness camps. And sir, case duties are there as a part of our duty, which we are assigned by our chief. And sir, we have to manage the juvenile justice board. We have to attend the juvenile justice board whenever it is like conducted in the court weekly. So this is the job.
Okay. So in the front office, what kind of things you have to do?
So there are various types of people. Like front office is basically we give legal advice and we do counseling of people. They visit the front office, and most of all the protection officers. They come with the domestic violence victims, ladies. So many type of people visit, and mostly we make applications for providing free legal aid there. So this is the main thing we do.
Okay. Okay. So as you stated that you have to work with respect to the Juvenile Justice Board also. Okay. So my question is that in Himachal, what kind of offenses are there which are being committed by the juveniles?
Sir, I will comment only on what I have witnessed, sir.
Mhm.
So I have witnessed the theft cases because I visited the juvenile justice board when duties were assigned to me. Used to happen to handle only so 3 to 4 cases. There, all of them were theft cases, sir.
And as you stated, you have certain case duties also. Can you please elaborate this? What are case duties?
So duties in what sense, sir? Assigned by the chief.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. These duties involve the case assignments. Like we are like we have get some cases people apply at the front office, or applications come from the jail for getting free legal aid, because since we are defense counsel, so we stand parallel to the prosecution for the legal
Okay.
aid case. Our chief assigns us cases, magistrate tribal cases.
Okay. So primarily your duty is with respect to the providing of free legal aid to the victims, as well as the apart from the other things which are associated with this only. But you people are not going to take up the trial in a particular matter.
Yes, sir, I meant by assignment of cases the trial only, like case sir, there are several stages, right? So the case which was assigned to me, some cases were on trial stage, some were very initial, like
So,
consideration.
so, so you
So that,
people go through with the recording of the evidences also.
yes, sir.
Okay. My question to you is that if during the pendency of the proceedings, the accused has absconded. Now, do a judicial magistrate have the competency to record the statement of the witnesses in the absence of the accused person?
Yes, sir. So there is a provision regarding this in the Code of Criminal Procedure, Section 299,
Mhm.
which talks about recording of evidence in the absence of the accused person. But it spells out that there are certain circumstances when there are no prospects of him being found. There are some, so I cannot exactly recall the language of the section, but there is a provision regarding this.
Okay, okay. So let us assume that you are a you are a magistrate, and you find that okay, the accused is absconded or he is unknown, and we should proceed further for recording of the evidences. And you call up the prosecution and you say that okay, you can go for the recording of the evidences, though in the absence of the accused. So, if in future subsequently the accused got arrested, then what will be the next step you will be taking? आप मेरा सवाल समझ रहे हैं?
सवाल सर मैं एग्जैक्टली रिकॉल नहीं कर पा रही कि इसमें नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या होना चाहिए.
Okay. So, do you are going to call the witnesses again in the presence of the accused? Again, their testimony will be recorded, or you will not be calling such persons again in the court of law?
So they can be recalled in the court of law when the accused is arrested.
They can be or they should be.
So I'm not sure about this.
Okay. Okay. Sushmita, just tell me something about tender of pardon.
Okay. So when a accused person he agrees to become a prosecution witness, insert सेक्शन 306 और 7 इससे डील करता है. सीआरपीसी का टेंडर ऑफ पार्टी, जो अक्यूज होता है वो प्रोसिक्यूशन विटनेस बन जाता है इसमें कि आई विल डिपोज एंड आई विल टेल अबाउट, मतलब जो भी चीजें, उसका अपना इन्वॉल्वमेंट, जो भी क्राइम का औरों का इन्वॉल्वमेंट रहा, उसके साथियों का, तो सर वो एक तरह से विटनेस बन जाता है प्रोसिक्यूशन का.
ठीक है. And if the concept of section 306 is to be applied. तो ये कौन से कैटेगरी के केसेस में अप्लाई होगा?
सर ये सेक्शन 306 और 7 में ही लिखा है सर. एग्जैक्टली आई कैन नॉट रिकॉल द टाइप ऑफ ऑफेंसेस, बट देयर इज इट इज स्पेसिफाइड देयर ओनली दैट फॉर व्हिच ऑफेंस कैन बी डन.
Okay, so let us assume that you are a judicial magistrate and you tendered pardon to one of the accused person. Reason being, that person is willing to be the government approver. Okay, and at the time when that person started giving statement before you, public prosecutor states to you that this person is not disclosing the complete facts of the case. Now, what you will be doing in such kind of a situation?
So this is also stated in the CRPC itself. So the succeeding sections. सर अगर वो झूठ कहता है तो उसके ऊपर एक मुकदमा चलाया जा सकता है उसी के रिगार्डिंग.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And do the trial of that person will be combined with the trial of others, or there will be the separate trial?
Separate trial.
There will be separate trial. Okay. Sushmita, my next question to you is that on what grounds the public prosecutor can withdraw the prosecution?
So withdrawal of prosecution, sir, I can recall that it's mentioned in 321 CRPC, and sir, I can recall that only the public prosecutor has the authority, but I cannot recall exactly the grounds because it's also mentioned in that section only. But exactly, I cannot.
Okay. Okay.
Refresh
Sushmita,
my knowledge.
just give me a particular subject of your interest. I will be putting only 5 questions from that particular subject.
Yes, sir. Sir, Indian Evidence Act, sir.
So, with respect to the Indian Evidence Act, my first question to you is that if during the uh, recording of the witness's statement in the court of law, the contradiction is required to be done. Okay, with contradiction of the witness statement is required to be done. What is the process of contradiction?
So previous writing, contradiction can be done by previous statements.
Okay, and do for contradiction we have to show that previous statement to the other person, or without showing that particular statement we can go for the contradiction?
So if it if it in that person's handwriting, it has to be shown. If a contradiction is to be done by the handwriting, in that case
Okay,
only it has to be shown, sir.
okay. And any provision with respect to this?
The 145 of Indian Evidence Act.
Okay, okay. So, Shweta, my next question to you is that if during the examination of the witnesses in your particular court, you find that the counsel is asking indecent questions or scandalous questions to the witnesses, what you can do?
Yes, sir. So the court is empowered in that case that uh, indecent and scandalous questions are not to be put to the witness. The court can intervene by virtue of Section 151 of the Indian Evidence Act, sir.
Okay. And do you can make a complaint against such particular counsel?
Yes, sir. So when persistently when a person is putting scandalous and indecent questions, and the presiding officer is again and again asking him to not do that, he can, in that case of non-compliance of the request of the court, he can put
Hmm.
a complaint to the concerned, sir, like bar council.
Okay. And do the complaint can be there to the High Court also?
Sir, about High Court, I'm not sure, but I'm very sure about the bar council, concerned bar council.
Okay. Okay. Sushmita, my third question to you is from evidence that in what scenario a concerned person will be allowed to refresh his memory?
So in what scenario the refreshing
If
memory is
the
allowed?
yes, if a witness want to refresh his memory, what should be the approach of the court and how he can refresh his memory?
So a person can refresh his memory by referring to the previous writings made by him at that moment, like section. So whatever previous writings have been made by him, and the court, like he has a right to refresh his memory by referring to the previous writings. So
Okay. My fourth question to you is, what is the difference between burden of proof and onus of proof?
yes, sir. So burden of proof, basically the burden of proof is of two types: burden of proof as a principle, and burden of the other one is shifting burden of proof. The section 101 of the Indian Evidence Act, it specifically talks about the burden of proof and it never shifts. Like, as a matter of principle, the burden of proof in criminal cases, sir, it lies on the prosecution to prove the guilt of the accused beyond reasonable doubt. And onus of proof, it always shifts. The burden of proof never shifts, sir. So this is the major difference, because
Sushmita, my last question on Evidence Act is that whenever any presumption is raised in the court of law with respect to a particular thing, then how the court is going to take up the presumption? Do we have any provision in the Evidence Act regarding to this?
yes, sir. So we have a provision in the Evidence Act, section 4. Sir, it talks about three types of presumptions: may presume, shall presume, and conclusive proof. And there are separate provisions in the Indian Evidence Act which talks about the different kinds of presumptions. So, in that
Okay,
sense,
okay. And with respect to the conclusive proof, how many sections are there in Evidence Act which deals with the conclusive proof?
yes, sir. So, there are three sections: section 112, 41, and 113. 113, sir.
Okay. So what is there in 113?
So, it talks about the proof of cession of territory.
Proof of the accession of territory. Okay. Okay. Do it is very much prevalent?
No, sir, it's not very much prevalent, but it's a conclusive proof, sir. So I know only this much, that
Okay. 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 Good enough. Good enough. So Sushmita, I think we are done with the session for today. ठीक है? अभी